Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see about our presentation regarding a numerical questions for CMA course. Okay, for inter as well as final is concerned. Okay, before watching this video, I have given the description below about the general guidelines you need to follow for your CMA inter examination, and as for a CMA final examination, you can watch that video and then come to this video and you can watch this out. Under the numerical questions, how we are going to present the numerical questions. Okay. Now, always give some spaces for workings, assumptions, and notes. Wherever possible, workings notes forms part of your answer. That's a main thing which they are given in your question paper itself. Wherever possible, give suitable assumptions, and wherever possible, give the notes in theoretical format. Okay, if you go it for, let's say we will take one example, that is single entry system, that is account from incomplete records. Suppose if you are going for account from incomplete records, as far as my exam oriented batch video, I have already uploaded an exam oriented class. In that video, I have exclusively explained that. I will tell it repeatedly once again. On that part, your first page is for trading and profit and loss account. Second page is for balance sheet. From a third side of the page, your working should start. Okay, your working should start. Like this, you will present your papers. And your answers will be valid and fairly elaborate along with this workings part. Okay, on those based on the workings, your answers to be valid and it should be fairly elaborated. Then present them parallelly to the question concerned. Where you are writing a question, first question, and at the back of the page at the front, before the question itself, you can start with your working notes. Why I am saying that working note should be a last, because if you have the format that this is your trading account and this is a P&L and the next page is a balance sheet, remaining until you can take it for working notes. If you take first pages for working notes, suppose if you write to any other assumption, there can be no enough spaces to be written. So you should do at the each and every question at the back, you can write the working notes, assumptions and notes wherever possible. And use the last page of the booklet for rough works if any. Okay, use the last page of the booklet, that is examination booklet, for rough works. Then, wherever possible, state necessary assumptions and notes rather than wherever you feel essential. Okay, wherever possible, rather than, this is an important point you need to take care. State necessary assumptions wherever possible, rather than wherever you feel essential. Wherever I feel essential, that is not important. Wherever possible, then only you will write that part. Okay. Next, it is not necessary. It is not a serious error if you write some extra assumptions, then miss important ones. Okay, it is the most important thing. Don't write unnecessarily and extra assumptions. Okay, next. State the currencies in the subject, especially for cost accounting, accountancy, CFM, then company accounts, then financial management. These are the important papers which you need to clearly mention, whether it is in units, whether it is in kgs, or whether it is a currency, whether it is a dollar. Some case in AS 16 borrowing cost and all, you come across with dollar sign, you come across with Indian rupee sign. Give that appropriately with correct values, especially in case of currencies related to the subjects like costing and accountancy. Accountancy inclusive of financial accounting and corporate accounting. Costing inclusive of cost and management accounting and cost and financial management. And draw the lines or columns with double lines when time permits. Whenever, if time permits, then only draw the line. Okay. Next. Provide the total columns wherever applicable in accountancy and costing. Similarly, state the narrations for the journal entries in case of accountancy. They does not specifically mention you to state narrations. It is assumed that you should write narrations along with that. Okay. Next, avoid overwriting, avoid scribbling. Your handwriting, as far as numerical purpose is concerned, it should be in a legible manner. The number should be clearly visible without overwriting. Okay, if you are, instead of overwriting, you can do is just strike it off with the pen and write it again. Don't strike off with the pencil. Think once or twice we are striking off is correct. If it is right, striking off with pen. Don't strike off with the pencil. Okay, if you strike off the pencil, anybody can have, anything can be happen. Someone may rough your pencil marks and they will strike off the again part which you have written. So strike off with the pen and write it again. That is more important than clarity, is more important than neatness. I already said handwriting should be in a legible manner. The number should be clearly visible. That is regarding a clarity. Okay, that will intimate the examiner that he is writing properly everything. Next, if the balance sheet is not tallied in case of accountancy, this is an important point. Apply the principle of double entry system like ticking of entries. One side should be a debit and another side should be a credit. Okay. Suppose in a tallied statements, what they are trying to say, if it is a tallied statement, this is nothing but the statements which is prepared from trial balances. That should appear only once. Kindly check whether it is appear in balance sheet or whether it is appear in profit and loss statement or whether it is appear in trading account. And rest, what is meant by rest? Rest is here, I am exclusively insisting that the rest is nothing but the additional information you can tell, or it is an adjustments. The adjustments or additional information which is gives below the question, that should appear twice. Because it is not already been tallied, because it is not already been adjusted. Now you need to adjust that. So it will be a 2 times, twice the times you need to do. Whether it is in trading balance sheet, if you take closing stock should be appear in trading account, credit side. Okay, and it is appear in balance sheet, asset side. Okay, if we take, let's say, provision for doubtful debts, it should appear on the debit sides of the profit and loss account, and it should be subtracted from the debtors on the asset side. That is 2 times. Okay, like this, if there is any outstanding wages or outstanding salary should be debited in the P&L account, and another alternative approach should be given on the liability side. Debit side on the trading P&L account, and liability side we will consider as the credit side items. So debit credit double entry system principle will get tallied. Next, don't try to deceive the evaluator in any subjects that don't induce the examiner to make them as wrong. They are likely to be smarter than you, in which you can have a penalty. Like this, what they are trying to say. Don't write any unnecessary extra questions. Okay, and one more point is, if you are going to tally a balance sheet, don't put 2,45,000. Even though the asset side is not tallied, don't directly put 2,45,000. Try to find out the errors, try to rectify your errors. Okay, don't write any extra questions also. Wherever possible, check your answers with figure controls to ensure accuracy of your solution. For example, variance analysis. Variance analysis is an important thing in a costing, like standard costing. You need to check with your proper figures you are writing, whether it is a favorable balance or whether it is an unfavorable balance. That is an adverse value you need to ensure. Then apply the last point is nothing but apply the rule of rounding off. Here you will come across in cost accounting paper especially. When there is a rule of rounding off, it is correctly for decimals. The rule is, if the digits are followed by a figure starting with 5 and above, it should be rounded off to the next higher digit. Let's say 101.56 rupees. 101.56 rupees, you will write it as 102 rupees. If it is 101.45 rupees, you will write it as 101 rupees. This is especially for cost accounting paper and CFM paper. Okay. Okay. With this, I have clearly specified how you need to approach your numerical questions. You should have a proper working notes. you should have a proper assumptions. Your handwriting should be in a legible manner. You should have a more clarity on the concept rather than focusing on the neatness of part. Okay. And then you should not induce the examiner. Don't deceive the examiner by writing the unwanted questions or an extra questions. It may have a penalty in future. Okay. And try to balance and write the answers appropriately with correct values, and wherever currency is applicable, put the currencies. Wherever units is applicable, put in units or put in shares if it is in case of company accounts and all. Okay. So make sure you are following these steps to present your papers. It will give you extra 2 marks or 4 marks or extra 5 marks as per the concerns of your paper. Okay, in the upcoming videos, I'm going to speak about how you are going to present your theory papers. Okay, on this video, it will be helpful for subjects like law and ethics, especially auditing, strategic management. Okay, like this in the new syllabus, there is data analytics. On this paper, it will be much helpful. So stay tuned for more videos related to CMA courses and share to your friends. Subscribe Hari Academy YouTube channel. Thank you. Have a good day.